Welcome to class. Today we have a restorative practice and it's all focused on the root chakra, so our root, which is all focused down here, base of the spine. So what you'll need today, something really comfortable to wear, something warm, maybe a pair of socks, a sweatshirt, sweatpants, as many props as you want. I've got a blanket to make my mat a little cozier. I've got another blanket for padding or a pillow later on. And I also have this bolster. If you don't have a yoga bolster, it's just a really firm pillow that's elongated. So if you want like a stack of your own bed pillows, maybe a couch pillow would work. If you're new to restorative, there's not a lot going on. We're gonna center, we're gonna do a little bit of getting into our body really gently, and then we'll do 3 different poses and we'll hold them for a long time. So I want you to have plenty of props to make yourself as comfortable in those poses as you can. It's not a working yoga. So if you are in a pose and it feels like it's a really deep stretch, add some more support to it because it should feel like you could almost fall asleep. Okay? So go ahead, pause the video if you need to gather your things or change into something more cozy, and then I will meet you back here. So when you're ready, we'll come down to our backs. When you get there, bring your feet to the floor, the soles of your feet to the floor, and your hands to your body. You can bring both hands to your abdomen, or maybe one hand to your abdomen, one hand to your heart. Whatever feels right. Either close your eyes or soften your gaze down towards your nose. And take a breath in. And out. On this next inhale, focus on that space right at the base of your spine. Our root, our stability, our foundation. Again, inhale. And exhale. You can continue to breathe just like that, deep inhales and long exhales, or you can let your breathing return to normal. Ask yourself how you feel in your body. Do you feel at home, safe, familiar, grounded? We'll spend the next few moments just breathing all the way down to the base of the spine and all the way back up. Notice the floor holding your body up, supporting you. It's not going anywhere, so give yourself permission to let something go. Whether that's a tension that you're feeling physically, or something you might be feeling emotionally or mentally. And if letting go of that thing feels impossible, maybe just give yourself the permission to imagine letting it go. Take a step towards release. Now taking your time, and only when you're ready, reach your left arm up and slowly extend it overhead. Let it fall onto the ground. And then we'll gently roll to the left hand side and press up to seated. Come to this crisscross position. If it helps you to sit up on a blanket, maybe a folded up blanket, maybe even a yoga block if you have one, just to open up the hips and give your legs a little more space. And then I'm going to have my bolster nearby, so grab your pillows or your bolster if you have one. From here, let your hands fall to your knees. Close your eyes if it feels okay, and we'll inhale. As you exhale, drop your chin towards your chest. No straining. Just letting the head be heavy, letting gravity do its work. And keep breathing. On your next inhale, roll your head over so that your right ear is reaching towards your right shoulder. And then exhale, chin to chest. And inhale to the other side, left ear towards the left shoulder. And then we'll find a slow and gentle flow here. So exhaling chin to chest and inhaling ear to shoulder, back and forth. Take your time. And if at any time you feel like you found a spot that your body's just begging you to stay and stretch that one spot, you have permission to do that. You have permission to do whatever feels right here today. And the next time your chin is at your chest, go ahead and stop there. And we'll bring the head back up to neutral. From here, hands on your knees, hold on to them. Sorry. We're going to inhale, press the chest forward. Think of pulling the shoulder blades together behind you. As you exhale, shift your ribs over to the right, and we're making a big circle. So over to the right and then all the way back. Hold on to your knees as you curl your spine, tuck your chin towards your chest. And then we'll inhale over to the left and forward. Remember, pull the shoulder blades together. Again, exhaling back and inhaling forward. One more time in this direction. Exhale back. And inhale forward. The next time you've got your chest forward, we'll exhale to the left and back. And inhale to the right and forward. Exhaling and inhaling. Last time. Exhale. And inhale to come forward. Okay, coming to a neutral position, we're going to inhale the arms up overhead. Really find that stretch here. And then exhale to twist gently to the right. So the right arm swings behind the back, tent your fingertips, press them into the floor, and then inhale, sit up tall. The left hand is either on your right knee or the outside of your right leg, and we're just going to use it to gently twist. A little bit of pressure, but not too much. And we'll inhale back to center, reach the arms back up overhead. Exhale to to the other side. Again, tenting the fingertips so they're like this behind your back. Press into them, sit up tall, exhale, twist. And our head is just an extension of our spine, our neck. So there's no cranking. We're just gently letting it twist to look over the left shoulder. And then we'll inhale back to center. Reach the arms up overhead one more time. Exhale them down to the sides. Okay, I'm gonna grab my bolster and I'll switch. I'm gonna end up sitting just like this in this easy pose, but I'm gonna turn so that I'm facing the long way on my mat so I can stay on it. And again, sit on your blanket if it feels right. If you don't need it or don't want it, set it off to the side. I'm gonna take my bolster and put it the long way out in front of me. So if you're using pillows, put them so that when you come forward, you can rest your hands on top of each other and then rest your head down. You could also use blocks here if you wanted to, maybe put a blanket on them to make them a little more comfortable. Okay, so I'm gonna use my timer. So we've got 4 minutes and then we'll come back up, switch the direction of our legs and go back down again. So when you're ready, I have my right leg forward. We're just gonna fold down onto this prop that we're using. Stack the hands. You can either rest your head down, your forehead down onto your hands, or you can rest it off to the one side. Just remember which side you've turned it to this time. So when we do the other side, you can turn it the other way. Close your eyes. Settle in here. I'm going to be silent for a lot of this class. So just a heads up, if you hear me go quiet, I'm still here. And I'll bring you back with the sound of my voice. You can feel free to let your mind wander. But if that isn't relaxing for you, I invite you to use your breath as an anchor. Just noticing how your body feels on your inhales and your exhales. Now moving with a lot of ease, we're just going to press up slowly. Walk yourself back up to seated. And we'll switch the cross of our legs. So my right leg is forward now, so I'll bring it back closer to me, put my left leg forward now. And then come right back down to it. So walk your hands down. If your head was turned to one side last time, turn it to the other side this time. Close your eyes, take a deep breath in. And as you sigh it out, allow yourself to settle in here. And it's very common when we do these kinds of stretches on opposite sides of the body. It's very common for them to feel different on each side. So don't worry about that. If this side feels tighter or looser, it's totally normal. Just acknowledge it and let it go. And taking our time once again, we'll press up and walk ourselves back to seated. You can set your props out of the way for just a moment. Extend your legs long. Feel the blood rush back into them. Maybe wiggle your toes, turn your ankles. We're going to come down to our backs now. So I'm going to use my blanket for this next pose. It's a supported reclined cobbler's pose. So options, if you don't want to use your blanket and you have 2 pillows, you can use them to slide under the outsides of your knees just for some support. If you have really open inner thigh or hips and having your legs like this doesn't feel like a burden, then you don't need the support, that's fine. Otherwise, for using the blanket, I'm gonna fold mine in half and then kind of roll it up. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then bringing the soles of my feet together, you can just take your blanket and wrap it around your ankles, and that will give you a pretty good amount of support and keep your legs from falling too far open, and then just kind of twist it up. I'm also going to use the pillow under my head, a regular pillow, not a bolster, just to make it cozy. And you can feel free to put a blanket on top of you if that feels good. When you're ready, come on down. We'll be here for a good while. So please make yourself as comfortable as possible. Close your eyes. You can rest your hands on your body or on the floor at your sides. Take a breath in. And exhale to settle in. Coming back to either focusing on your breath or just letting your mind wander. Watching each thought as it comes to mind, and then letting it fade away. And then coming back again to that space at the bottom of your spine, our foundation. Bring all of your awareness there. And how do you feel about your foundations? Do you feel solid or a little wobbly? Do you feel free to grow from that foundation? Or do you feel a little bit like you're at a standstill, weighed down there? Again, we're not trying to change things. We're not making plans or judging. We're just noticing and taking stock. Now taking our time, we'll gently reach down to the outsides of the legs and use your hands to bring your knees up together. And if you can remove your props without sitting up, I highly suggest it. Otherwise, go ahead and sit up, unbind your legs. We're coming into a star pose now, which is again on our backs, legs and arms spread wide. So this pose can be a little extreme-ish. We spend a lot of our time folding forward, so shoulders forward, arms forward, looking at computers, reading books, looking at our phones, and just generally sitting hunched over. So when we do this, we're going to be opening up through the chest, and that can be a lot on the shoulders if they're tight. So if they are, I would highly suggest you use a pillow underneath your arms to kind of just prop them up a little bit. Otherwise, just be gentle with yourself. Take your time getting into this position. So we'll come back down to lay flat on the floor. If the pillow feels good under your head, go ahead and keep it. And then bring your blanket to rest across your hips. Just a little bit of grounding. From here, we'll take the feet wide, maybe even coming off of your mat. And let your toes fall open. Take a second here to open up the chest. So think of pulling your shoulders down towards the floor. And then one by one, as you're ready, we'll reach the arms up in a V shape. Palms face up. Take a breath in. And open your mouth, sigh it out. With these next few breaths, I would encourage you to imagine softening through your body. Bit by bit, the chest opens, the shoulders open. And again, if you get into these poses and you decide you want more or less support, go for it. Take that chance to take the pillows away, add pillows, add blankets, whatever feels right for you today. And what feels right today might be different than what felt right yesterday or what will feel right tomorrow. So really take a moment and tune in to what you need in this moment. here. We'll take our time coming into a traditional Shavasana pose. So just walk your feet in a little bit. Bring your arms nice and carefully. Take your time down to your sides. Maybe give your shoulders a little roll. The other option we have here is to grab our bolster and slide it underneath your knees, bolster or pillows, so that it just takes a little pressure off of the lower back that way. And then come back down. Again, let your arms come down to your sides, palms face up. You might walk them out, slide them out a little bit further away from your body. Take these next few moments to just tune in, check back in with yourself. How are you now here at the end of our practice? If you found anything good here, soak it up and take it with you. Now feel free to stay here in this pose for as long as you have time for. If you've got another 5 or 10 minutes, that would be amazing. You could even add a little meditation onto this now that you're nice and comfortable. Otherwise, if you're coming out of it with me, walk the soles of your feet to the floor or your pillow, and then taking your time, gently roll over to one side and come all the way up to seated. Bring one hand to your heart, the other to rest on top of it. Thank you for sharing this time with me. Thank you for taking this time for yourself. I hope you have a wonderful day.